Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good. I'm One Frog 9. Welcome to the show. I did not anticipate going live today, but I saw that Keen Community Network was going to go live, so I wanted to cover that because I could, because I should, because why not? Space engineers. Now, if you know about space engineers, you know it needs no introduction, but if you're unfamiliar, it is a space simulation kind of sandbox game. A lot of fun. Um, So yeah, we're going to be getting into that. They got about 5 minutes till that starts. So until then, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Abolish Slavery National Network. If you go to abolishslavery.us, you can join the campaign there and get some traction going where you live towards the abolition of slavery in your state constitution. A little over 20 states, I think actually 26, I believe they have pro-slavery legislation in their state constitutions that allow for the use of prisoners as slaves. So that's a huge problem, and it's something that we should be working towards abolishing in every which way possible. So that means removing the pro-slavery language and putting anti-slavery language that explicitly makes slavery illegal. And these are crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity. It's just not good, and we can do better. We should do better. Um, but yeah, and we can look at the graphic here as well from JLS. That's Jailhouse Lawyers Speak, and you can find this graphic on my Twitter currently. Let's see. So they're asking us to help spread seasonal joy this year to prisoners. Again, this is Jailhouse Lawyers Speak organization. You can find them on Twitter at Jail Law Speak. That's all one word, at Jail Law Speak. You can find them at their website, iamweubuntu.com. And they're also on Instagram at jailhouse_lawyers_speak. So if you can do as much of this as you can, it will help. But just do what you can. Number one, they say you can write their by contacting them, you can get information, or if you already have someone on the inside, you can write a letter of encouragement to them. It's important that they hear from us on the outside and understand that that we're here trying to do what we can for this struggle. Let them know what's going on in your life, the challenges you face. Let them know what is it that you're fighting for. And then it gives them a chance to get their story out as well. What are they fighting for? What's their story? Just having somebody listen to that, it makes a world difference. Another way you can help is to be a holiday sponsor. You can give a gift to a prisoner's kid or kids for the holidays. And you can also do postage donations and send donations via Cash App. And the code for that is $a Rebel's World. $a Rebel's World via Cash App. So do support those folks if you can. And if you want to get further involved or get someone to help with the sponsorship or the writing a letter to someone, you can go to Jailhouse Lawyers Speak at protonmail.com. That's Jailhouse Lawyers Speak at protonmail.com. I'll go ahead and drop it here in chat as well. Jailhouse Lawyers Speak at protonmail.com. Check it out. Hit them up if you wanna help. And just again, we appreciate anything and everything you can do, and just keep pushing yourself a little bit in any which way you can, and also take care of yourself. That's important. This isn't about just dumping all your energy and depleting yourself. This is about how can you just like a tree, just put out that one little leaf or that one little branch out of your mind, out of your consciousness. How do you just put that one little bit towards it? Because that you're laying a foundation for yourself and in yourself, to make it easier to understand these struggles and these movements. if you can just make one little way to access it in you, because I mean, I think like anything else, if you just go to straight up trying to just dump a new project or a whole new realm of information, if you just try to eat it like a whole snake, like a snake eating an elephant, it's not. I don't think that's as effective as just trying to take some time, incorporate these new learnings in your day to day, or a week at a time. And hey, if you can get some more folks involved, that also really helps. If you're able to dissolve the information or dilute the information among your friends or people in your circle, to so that you can all come to a greater understanding together. That's also really powerful. So yeah, let's see how much that time they got left over here. It's coming soon. I love it. Well, I'll go ahead and get this set up while we're chilling here. I think all I got to do is go down here to video, turn on the window caps. It's interesting. It doesn't give me the size of the thing. I'll just pull this out here, do that. Change this over to Keen. There they are.
The future release.
Is he muted?
Fantastic. And guys, we have some
they have his audio off.
stuff today. Obviously, we've got some things, and there's actually today is kind of a milestone for us in terms of releases, and I think Marek is going to get into that briefly here before we release the update. So Marek, maybe give us an update about how things have been going with this update itself, and how things have been at Keen, and yeah, some words from yourself.
We can't hear him. There he is.
We are doing simultaneously PC or Steam release and also Xbox update, at the same time. So I think that is a new thing for us. I think it was a challenge for the programmers, challenge for the QA team to be able to test it and get it through the certifications on the Microsoft side and everything. So this is a first experience, so I'm actually looking forward to it. And the reason why we are doing it is that it should actually simplify our life, when we do these two platforms at the same time. And but again, it's first time, so we'll see. And I'm glad that the team was able to manage it.
Exactly. So, I mean, getting it to this point, being able to have both releases, basically having Xbox and PC together on the same day it's been a big undertaking, because obviously Xbox came out, and obviously we've been playing some kind of catch up there and making sure the Xbox runs as best as possible. So apologies for that at the start, guys. Hopefully you can hear everyone perfectly now. And how's it going with kind of Keen? Because imagine everyone, I know I am, and most people are still working from home right now, right?
Yeah, that's also our case. And basically there is like very few people coming to Orangeria, and I guess nobody from Keen and just few guys from Good AI. And because Orangeria is quite big, they can spread around and actually don't interact that much. And so that's that. I think the remote work or the home office is working in our team. We just recently finished a company survey where we were asking people how they are dealing with it or not. And
no, don't do that.
The reaction or the feedback that we got wasn't bad. Like there wasn't something
there we go.
I cannot work home alone, or it's just terrible, and so on and so on. So basically it's like many people enjoy it because they can at home, they can focus more, they can do like more focused work without being interrupted by people or so. And of course, unless they have children at home, that's a different story. And then but some people miss the social side of the things, like meeting colleagues, talking to them, going for lunch, and so on and so on. So I think there are like good things and bad things. Like luckily, or I'm very happy, there are not only bad things. That's really good. And but I feel it actually that everybody is looking forward until the COVID will be over, and we'll be able to get to Orangerie. And some people probably still continue on the home office style, but there will be the chance to actually meet. You know, it will be a normal thing. So I think many people are looking forward to that. And there is also one like positive change, and maybe I mentioned it also last time that this remote work idea finally is it like unleashed what I wanted to do long time ago was to be able to hire people from any place on the planet, and so that we can have like access to much more people and more like diversity of people and so on. And it's working, and we are hiring like crazy basically last couple months. And I think we will be currently we have people maybe actually almost on all continents except Australia. I think maybe there is nobody in Africa, and but we have people everywhere, and I like it because then Keen
Dang.
like stop being kind of like a Prague company and starts being more international company, and this is what I like, to be honest, because again there is diversity in everything, and in my opinion it's also more interesting. It's like more Renaissance kind of organization, and again, and we also get access to more people, so that's also very good. So I'm really happy from this change as well.
Yeah, no. So it's obviously been something that I think a lot of people have had to adapt to, but I think it's been working just fine actually, and lots of progress has been made. We just see here a second. Just getting some confirmation before we go live here. Let's just double check this, guys. We're gonna have to right. Just check this. And the other thing, yeah, I mean, I think, Marek, was there anything else you'd like to kind of add here before we release the update? So I think people are kind of hyped for this, this screenshot we have in the background here. So I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to add for the community today.
A few things. So I like the update. I like the content in it, and the guys that will come after me on the stream, they will talk in more details. There is one thing that is in some way surprising. That's the dedicated servers for Xbox. So maybe that's surprise for some, maybe not for some other, but we promised it some time ago, and now we are delivering. So in some way, it's kind of surprise, because with this kind of technical things, you never know, if there will be some roadblock or something, and you will not be able to do it. So this is really good. So that's that. And regarding like the future of Keen, we are planning the roadmap for next year, like what would be the updates for space engineers. And also we are, as I was mentioning, hiring and to scale up the development of space engineers, because everybody in the team is like wanting to do new and great things. And we see that people like playing space engineers still after 7 or 8 years. And so that's really good. And maybe last thing, or maybe I will end it with some little news on the Good AI side. There is also some good progress in Good AI. We had a workshop in the summer that had good attendance and good results, and then we are developing some new experiments and doing those things, and we will be summarizing this in a blog post at the end of the year, or maybe beginning of the next year, like the usual 2020 in review kind of style, where we will mention a few of the things that we did. And also one thing that actually surprised me with how successful it was this idea with Good AI grants that we started right after the workshop. So the idea was that we offered to researchers in any place, basically, money to do their research that should be somehow relevant to Good AI, and especially to the budget architecture framework that we are developing, and to those principles. So not things that are from different side of the of the pool, but things that are really relevant for us. And we got many applicants and many submissions, and actually I think we crossed the budget that we allocated for this 2 or 3 times. So I think we'll be awarding most of these grants that are relevant for us, relevant for budget. And again, this is also a very good thing for us, because it's a chance how to collaborate on budget-like ideas with researchers from very good universities and very good researchers. So this was kind of more successful than I expected. And maybe last thing, Joel, I would like to show you this guide that I bought yesterday in a shop.
That is awesome. Look at that. The perfect GIF there.
And you can also see, this thing here. You can see these straps on the side, and of course the helmet. And if I turn the proper space engineering backpack, the proper size and everything. And so I'm really happy with this one. Like, we are bringing it to Orangeria.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. And it's actually something I know players have been asking for something like that, like a space engineer's model they can buy themselves for a while. It'd be something perfect to have something like that size. That would be fantastic,
I agree. Maybe, Joel, you can to type in the chat, if they want something like this, some kind of merchandise, because we have been talking about this for years, and I think like having a tangible thing from like IPO, basically from a game that you love, is, for example, holding this guy in the hand. It just feels good, So like, imagine holding the proper space engineer in your hands. That could be also great. So you can ask people if they.
All right.
I mean,
You guys can put an 07 in the chat. Give us a little wave if you would like to pick up your very own space engineer.
That's pretty funny. I'm not really gonna.
I'm kind of curious. Let's have a look.
They got a couple going, yeah. That's hilarious. That model did not look that cool, I'll be honest. That model looked a little simple. I don't know, that's just me. I mean, if we're going to go down this road of talking about little toys.
It's really good. I think, Joel, when you will touch the guy, when you will see him, then
the quality.
Yeah. And this one is from ceramic. And so, yeah, it's really nice. I'm really happy.
Awesome. And we'll definitely take some pictures of it when it's in.
The attenuation, like on their microphone, it's like they have the music keeps getting pushed down as they speak, and then when they do these like uhs and ums, it's really annoying. They need to turn the music off.
We've been staring at this picture now for maybe half an hour or more. So are you ready to see the trailer? I think we're ready to go for it. And we'll get back briefly. We've got lots of guests tonight, including the kind of manager of this project, as well as the art team, Natik, and we'll have Kianata, community manager, to answer all the questions later on today as well. So lots and lots of people. But what do you reckon, Marek? Good to go?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Enjoy, guys.
I think this game has just come such a long way. So it's definitely interesting to see. Just continue to see it continue to evolve. All right, that's from their screenshot. Oh, new blocks. There they are. There's those new armor blocks. And some new lights. Cool. I guess the armor block's going to be DLC. It's all going to be paid DLC maybe, I don't know. Wasteland update. New planet, new armor blocks, rover cockpit, new voxel materials. Okay. And then a Wasteland pack. Oh, so we get the armor blocks. Very cool. Very cool. I love how they put things in DLC that I just have
And
no
there
interest in.
we go, guys.
Things in DLC I have no interest in. I think
What
that's
do you
super
think
great.
of that? Back in here. We're just going to get Mara back in. We just had to do some things in the background here. There we are. The Wasteland update and DLC have arrived. And give me a second, guys. Just going to get Marek back here.
So it's a new planet. That's going to be cool. Wasteland DLC. And they got a pack. The pack looked like it had lights and stuff like that.
Quickly.
But I think, I mean, again, for the way they do things here, I like it. They give you something good for the update, and then they do offer some paid things, but it's not mandatory to have those things to enjoy the game. It looked like some new lights and new
Okay, I'm going to get this up
cosmetic
as well, the end
blocks.
screen,
There we go. There we go.
showing you guys what is in this huge update. We have both, as always, a free part of the update and a premium part. And the free part contains a brand new planet, as you can see, kind of very deserty. It definitely has some. I mean, Marek, could you maybe say what kind of things maybe inspired us a little bit by this update?
So I think it's obvious to many people, and especially the last one that I think many people saw in the movie, in the theater, the cinema, and yeah, I think like having a new type of planet is interesting for space engineers. Also, like new kind of gears or gear or like wheels and things like that you can use on your car. All those things.
And again, for the first time, this is the first time it will be releasing on PC and Xbox on the same day. I'm not sure if it's right now. I'm not. I think the update is live right this second. There might be some delay on Xbox. I'm not sure because we have to go through Microsoft to do that. But I believe it may be available right now.
Yeah. Like usually we say unleash the release, so I'm rather saying it to the guys.
Confirm it, yes.
From it, so that you can release it on Steam and Xbox. And it's already on the blog, so that's already released.
Fantastic. There we go. And we're going to be going through the blog post with the producer of this update, Jan Herodes. So we'll be getting him on now after Marek, and then we'll be kind of continuing through art and then later on with community management to see answer all the questions, because I'm sure you guys have lots of questions as always. So we'll be also jumping into the game in a minute and showing you guys in the game as well. And there's actually lots more to this update than initially meets the eye. Just a couple things. There is now, we integrated Ultimate Spectator into the game. There is now visual scripting support for dedicated servers. So you can now run dedicated server, VST scenarios on dedicated servers. Another one, for example, some bug fixes, for example. We fixed the wheel popping issue. Absolutely killer for both just survival gameplay and any kind of times you're in racing. The wheel popping issue was finally fixed. So there's so much content in this update, as well as just what's on the screen in front of you here. So we'll be talking about it a lot more in detail throughout this stream. So do you have anything else, Marek, you'd like to kind of wrap it up with?
Yeah, I think that's all. And I will leave the room to Jan Herodes so he can talk in more detail. So yeah, it was a pleasure to be here, and I hope I will be on the live stream soon, to show you some new update in the future.
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming on, Marek. It's very good to see you, and I'm sure the community is happy to see you as well. And we'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Barred
Okay, we're now
windows,
gonna get
suspension
on,
blocks.
The producer of this update, Jan Herodes,
Cosmetic
and we'll be
suspension.
going through the blog post and making sure I don't miss anything, because there really is. Yeah, there was some. I'm not sure if Marek has a dog now or something. I'm not sure what the dog was about, but very interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's have a look. Hello, Jan. Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
Yeah, I do. Do you hear me?
Fantastic. Oh, we do hear you. We hear you loud and clear.
All right.
I'm totally fine as well.
Good, good. And I know this. I know trying to manage this update to release both on PC and Xbox has been a challenge. So, how's that going right now? Can you do you have any? Can you give us some confirmations that that's gone out, or are we waiting on something still?
Still, the PC is out on Steam, and for the Xbox, still waiting for the confirmation, but it should be soon.
Roger that. Okay, that's good. So, yeah, Xbox players, you may have to wait a brief
in
moment there.
hours, I do hope.
Yeah, I think, as I say, it's not at that point down to us. We're waiting something for Microsoft to publish, I believe.
Yeah.
So let me just get.
Just the technical issues. Yeah.
So I'm going to get the blog post up, Jan, and we'll just kind of flick over it together. And I'm not sure if you're looking at it as well here, and maybe you can just kind of do the overview of this update. Of course, we can jump into the art and stuff later with Natik, but if you'd like to kind of give an overview for the community here, that would be fantastic.
Definitely, I will. I will. We implemented because in this update we focus to several key points. The first it was already mentioned by Marek. The simultaneous release together with the Xbox to make the community happy as a together as a team, and this is something that took a lot of energy to us, but we will benefit in the future for sure. Not just us as a developers, but also the community. So it's the first thing, and then we focus to several things. Of course, full of new fixes and performance optimizations for first. Of fixes from the user response. This is something that we are focusing on all the time. Doesn't matter if we are releasing the major update, the DLC, or the minor one. So this is also a key part of the update. And if we are talking about the content, what we prepared for the community, there are several new armor blocks, the shapes of the armor blocks.
I think 11 to be precise.
11.
Yeah.
11 new armor block variants. And this has been a massive thing. If you've been around the space engine community for any kind of decent amount of time, you'll know that armor blocks are one of the biggest requests. So I'm really happy to say that we have now got 11 more. I can quickly say we have the half slope inverted, the half slope corner, the half slope inverted corner, the slope corner tip, the slope corner base, the slope corner, the half slope corner base, the half corner, the corner square, the
corners
square
and slopes,
inverted,
doors and corners, everybody. Doors and corners.
I know they might sound the same there, but believe me, they are all individual blocks, so much more potential for building. And this is all a part of the free update, guys. So super excited to see what you guys will build with all these new blocks. Actually get up the blog post here so you can see maybe a bit better than on this end screen. Let me have a look. Here we go.
But definitely the players will have to see it, because if you just say it, it's absolutely no way how to imagine it.
Wow.
I had the same experience with the translation agencies. they wanted to see every single picture of the armor block because for them, corner square, what does it mean? Yeah. But you are right, they are fantastic, of course.
There's a nice GIF here to my just behind the. We have there's a post over the top of it here, but if you can see, there's a nice GIF here demonstrating all those 11 lined out, so you can kind of see what they are, and hopefully you guys will be able to fill
9, 10, 11,
that you may have struggled to fill before on your creations with these new blocks.
Very cool.
So if I just quickly go up here, we have this is the free content, so we'll kind of go over the. You guys can read this on Marek's blog, of course. The Wasteland update. The next free content is the new planet, Pertam.
Sandy new planet, Pertam. It's really nice, 40 kilometers big. It's not the biggest one, but it's not small one as well. It's something in average with plenty of new voxel materials. Even on the Xbox, the voxel materials are there, and the new planet is there.
Yeah, 5 new voxel.
Yeah, dusty and cracked ground. Looks really nice. The textures and the voxel materials. It's something that I do like the most. I would say the new planet.
It's really beautiful. The some of the biomes we have. I mean, you can see in this clip, we have rolling dunes. You have these spiky, craggy areas as well as huge, super deep valleys. So a lot of new variety to fly, survive, build, race on. You know, so that's also all included in the free update. The next one we have is the new rover cockpit, which is a 2-block wide cockpit. So I know we tend to have 3 blocks wide, but we really wanted to make something as compact as possible. So you're going to have to come up with some new ideas. You have some asymmetrical builds, or definitely rework the layout. But this is a 2-block wide, I think 3 block long. I can't remember exactly. But this is also included in the free update, and it has kind of a steering wheel kind of design. So there we go as well.
Yeah. And another part of the free content in the update Wasteland is the scrap race scenario. And the scenario with the plane race, and of course, as we are space engineers, there is a part that you can build your car, and there are some cars that are predefined as a template, but of course you can build your own if you if you catch it, and also you can I'm sorry, you can modify it as you wish, and then jump to the race and one lap, or of course up to the administrator and the setup of the scenario. Administrators can change the setup, change the weather and some conditions, and etc.
And I think there should be. Are there some servers up for people to play on from us, or will this be hosted by players? I'm not sure. You muted, Jan, or we can't hear you?
I was muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get your question, please.
Just about whether will there be servers for people to check this out on, or will this be up to the community to host?
It will be up to the community.
Okay, yeah.
It's just a plain scenario and just for fun, nothing big. It's in the free content.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was a nice demonstration of the
nice piece of the content for fun.
And it's the designers did a fantastic job designing that with all the rust and everything. Yeah. So definitely it's a beautiful setting to first kind of explore this new planet we have.
Yep. As a showcase, it's partly, of course, the race and the improvements of the cars and fixing of the wheels, and of course the new decals that we can talk about also. But as you said, it's also as a really nice presentation what is possible with the new blocks and with the new skins. Yeah.
Definitely. So that's, again, all of this, guys. I see some questions in the chat. Unfortunately, we'll get to your questions later. I know there's lots and lots of questions, so just bear with us here. And when we get Kianata on later, we'll be going for any additional questions you have. Your questions might be answered as we go through this here. So yeah, all of this is still a part of the free update, guys. Again, going to the top. The big thing, of course, is these new armor blocks have been asked for a long time. A brand new planet, new Vox materials, a rover cockpit, the scenario, and we also have some really interesting things from the kind of back end, you might say. And one of those is the hydrogen rebalance. So you'll now be able to get a lot further. This has also been a massive request from the community, and I believe this was down to one of our designers, Aragaf, working on. So your hydrogen tanks on your small grids will be able to go much further now. I don't have all the details of that. I'm not sure if you do, Jan, but in general, I think this hydrogen rebalance will make a lot of people happy.
I do.
You know? Okay.
But it would be really boring to just
lots of spreadsheets, right? You have all the different values, yeah.
All the values, but in general, they are faster to produce and slower to earn. So suddenly, or finally, it makes sense to use them as well. There are, of course, some usage for them, some cases where the hydrogen is right or useful, but right now it's way better.
Mm-hmm. I've actually got a summary here from Aragaf in the chat. So roughly, doubled the capacity of all hydrogen tanks, made them better compared with each other, half the hydrogen engine fuel consumption, doubled the production of hydrogen from ice. So every unit of ice will now produce twice as much hydrogen. Small hydrogen tanks small hydrogen tanks component cost reduced, making them much lighter, but also a bit weaker, and severely reduced engine internal capacities of hydrogen. So that's kind of a summary there of those hydrogen rebalance. But I think in general that will really, really help people who are often using the hydrogen system.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Yeah, you are right. And the next feature, still we are talking about the free content, it's the Ultimate Spectator. It's mainly for the administrators, but I feel that it's really powerful tool for them. This is something that community asked us for us as well. And then the visual script for the dedicated servers. This is something that was wanted by community. We tested it with the scrap race scenario, and it's now available in the game.
Which is really, it's fantastic. Just quickly going back to the Ultimate Spectator, I'd like to give a massive also shout out to people from the community who had created a mod like this, and we work with them on this. So giving a shout out here to Drago, Climb, and Math 0424. Big shout out to those guys. Awesome stuff they did. And I for people who know my streams, I've used that Ultimate Spectator tool from those guys for like a long time, and it's for racing and for PvP scenarios. It's absolutely essential. So I'm so happy to see it implemented into the base game. So big round of applause to those 3 modders there.
Well, they added in some modder stuff.
And so you just mentioned, hold on, and I think that was right. I got the 3 guys. That's correct. I don't want to miss anyone there. It was a combined effort there. I think it was basically 2 different spectator mods, and then they combined their efforts into one Ultimate Spectator, which is where the name comes from. So.
Yeah. And the last thing I should present is the details after the wheels and the boots, of course.
That's
characters. I mean, so this is just a nice touch. Again, it's not just for the new planet or new scenario. It's general in the game.
There we go. And it's definitely nice to see that, and I think is a perfect update to get those decals into the game. You can see the GIF here, ranging from the smallest wheel to the biggest wheel as well. They do last long. They should last quite long, the decals. Like, you can drive quite a good distance before they should be almost unnoticeable. I think I can't. From when I was playing with it, they do last for a long time. At some point they're removed because of performance reasons, but while you're driving, as Really says in the chat, I think they last for a long time there. So that go ahead, man.
It depends, of course, on the performance of the PC or Xbox, because there are several setups. Of course, for high, it's a bit different than for medium and low, but you can see it all the time.
So that, I believe, brings us to the end of the PC free content. We have the Xbox section, but we're going to bring on Chenda, who's in charge of the Xbox port, a little later to talk about that. So we'll just flick past this for a second, and we're going to just touch on the Wasteland Pack, which is the premium content of this update. And I can't think how many blocks it has to hand. A good number of blocks, though, but we can talk about this. I think you've probably got it there as well, Jan.
There's something around 7.
Depends if you count the variants, because I think, for example, we have a 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then, for example, there's 3 different shelves. There's like various windows. But in general, the sets at least, you've got 1, 2, 3. So we'll go through them here.
It's really hard to count it.
Sure does take them a while to get through all this, but really, solid update looking here.
Of course. The pack, there's a really nice new off-road wheels. They are amazing. From the visual point of view, it's something that it's gorgeous. It's a masterpiece from our 3D artists, and I do like them. This is something that it's really nice.
And definitely take some inspiration, I think, from some like science, some futuristic rovers as well, with this kind of like tubeless design, you know. So there's some really cool design there. But it's worth pointing out they don't make a difference to performance. They are just a visual look. The off-road wheels perform the same as the standard wheels, so that's also worth adding.
Yeah. And another thing that it's really nice, and there are plenty of ways how to use it, is the exhaust pipes. This is something that it could be, of course, a link to the car, to the ship, or to the buildings. So you can use various particle effects for the exhaust pipes. So this is something that it could be for the creators. It could be really nice addition. I hope.
Yeah, you can definitely make some pretty crazy, pretty wild visual effects there. I think the favorite is my flames, like that. My favorite is definitely the flames.
Yeah. There are all kind of the particle effects, and it's really nice, and it's visible even from the long distance. For example, the exhaust pipe with the smoke, and it's really nice. And also in the paid content, we've got the additional cockpit, the buggy one, and that it's a bit smaller.
Buggy cockpit, viewport, barred windows. I mean, I love this game, but I'm probably not going to be getting the DLC. I'm just kind of cheap like that. I support them by telling people to play the damn game. You got to get into this game because this is really cool. It's like space Legos. And if you haven't tried it out, really, it is. If you like these kind of like, and it's physics based, so you gotta, and then the survival part's really fun with it. I like it. A lot of fun. All right. Power windows, offset, and some offset lights, offset spotlights. Currently, right now, some friends of mine and I are working on a run of Never Surrender, which is one of the scenarios that they added to the game this year, I believe. And basically, it's just where it's the same survival thing, but there's a certain objective area, and as you approach that area, you start taking on wave attacks from AI robots. So I haven't really seriously been in that space with a whole setup, but I convinced some new friends I made to actually get in the game and check it out. And so we did make a large ship called the Clifford, and we just started adding a factory to it the week before. And yeah, usually we're working on that on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm gonna start making sure we get some regular appearances going on through that because we are getting really close to actually getting to the waves part. We haven't gotten to the aggressive waves part yet. But yeah, we once we get our factory set up and we each get our own designs going, um, uh, we will we will start the challenge. All right, I got the update going. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and pull this up.
It could be massive. We will see. I can't even imagine right now what the creators will do with this. And additional thing, two new lights, the LED ones and traditional, I would say traditional ones, or they looks like a traditional ones. And again, as we are about the cars, this update are not just about the cars, but a lot of things is about the cars. They look amazing on vehicles, but of course it could be used anywhere.
Definitely. I mean, and the offset, because they fit perfectly next on like half blocks. So you can see with this design here how they sit really nicely for that purpose. But definitely I'm interested to see how people will use these in other systems. So again, I think you mentioned, so this is just like a point light, like the interior light, and this is like the spotlight. So different kind of light source, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then as we are oriented visually, this DLC is quite oriented to the garage and these kind of the things. We also implemented 3 storage shelves that are just decorative. There is no functionality around it, of course, as it's in the paid
Scrap race. Let's try it out.
But they look really nice. So anyone who is willing to decorate the building or part of the ship, that this part is somehow workplace or something, that it will fit.
Definitely. It definitely helps give that kind of garage, kind of scrap parts repair vibe.
Yeah. And now I think
so many skins. So many skins.
Really nice because the community.
That's pretty cool. More concrete armor, dust armor, heavy rust.
So we've got several new skins, and of course the first one is the concrete. This is something that our artist implemented, and it's something really nice. And of course, the second one is the dust.
Fitting on the new planet, of course.
Yeah, it fits to the sandy planet. You can use this dust kind of the touch for the skins. It fits. Yeah, but it could be used everywhere.
Build phase starts in 4 minutes.
Heavy rust armor skin that it's
Yo, what's up, robot?
Used in the scrap race.
It's even more extreme than the normal rust.
Yeah.
You can still see a little bit of color, just a little bit of color underneath it. as you can see just in that picture. But it really is, there's rust covering the whole thing there. So again, it fits perfectly with this dusty wasteland of a new planet.
A good thing is that you can recolor this skin, so you can make it white, rust, or the basic. It's covered by yellow, for example, and then the part of the armor bolt it's rusted, and it looks really great. And the last skin is the retro kind of the future.
It's kind of bolted together look, isn't it?
It sounds great. It's like we can name it as retro future.
Is this, you know, like when you think of those classic rocket ships, right? Those super old rocket ships that were like silvery and just bolted together, like, you know, just like rivets.
Chromey metal, clean metal visual that it's on the airplanes in 70s or something like this.
It's really nice. If you put it in silver, you'll get that look. If you make this kind of armor gray, you'll really get that like chromey look. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I just see some, just to quickly address, I see some questions. I mean, there's lots of questions. We really will get to them all later, guys. Just one thing, again, at top of this kind of free content and paid content, there is also a load of fixes, and the biggest one that I keep saying I'm so happy about is the wheel popping bug is finally fixed. So your wheel should no longer pop mysteriously when you're driving around. And there's a lot more to play.
That is huge.
Check out the full change log to see all of our fixes and changes and performance things. There's a lot, as well as the content that's more visual. So
yeah, that is huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And another thing is the new.
Yeah, that is huge. Just because, I mean, those guys that I was just talking about, you know, I got them into a game and we were playing for a while and we built a rover, and the area we were in was just so treacherous and jagged and so fucked that our wheel popped. And actually, what's really messed up is the wheel didn't even pop on one of the jagged areas. It popped on a pretty smooth incline. But I guess I had the settings bound too high or something, or too strong, and you just hit those inclines really hard, and it just blew the wheels off. Totally messed up our whole ordeal.
And again, guys, the update for the Xbox, we're still, I mean, the main thing is it will be releasing today on PC and Xbox. It's on Steam right now. I think people are downloading and playing it, and it will be on Xbox as well. So Xbox players, it's been a huge like undertaking to get to this point. But yes, Xbox is also here today. Hopefully, I think we're just waiting for that final thing from Microsoft. So in the next couple hours, I guess, right?
Yeah, definitely. In the background, I'm still communicating with them and following the latest technical issue.
Scrap race.
Microsoft partner center, but we will release it soon. Yeah.
There we are. And I think that actually brings us to the end of the kind of update overview. So is there anything you'd like to add, Jan, before we bring on our next guest?
I think we covered everything I wanted to talk about, so I'm fine.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about all this huge update, which has been a lot in the making. It really.
So yeah, I've started the scrap race, but I can't do anything yet. It looks like there's a countdown for a build phase.
You know, to have the bug fit, the testing, the QA testing of both the PC and the Xbox versions release it. So it's definitely good. But going forward,
Just waiting on this timer to go down. It says build phase starts in less than 1 minute. Well, where do I go?
release them for both platforms.
I don't even have anything to build with. Can't access anything.
Going forward, you can look forward to that.
Oh, we got dropped. Preparation phase. Use the button panels to pick a vehicle.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for coming. And,
Oh, wow.
good luck.
Blank chassis. I'm going to do the Viper.
Okay then, so Erin is, Kianat is going to add in our next guest, Chenda, to the stream. No, just double checking, that is, yes, that is correct. And so I still see so many questions and points. We're not ignoring the chat, we're just trying to get through all the things to talk about here, guys. And I see some of our helpers, our moderators, answering some questions. So if you stick around, guys, for a bit longer, we'll answer some questions directly from the chat.
So this is it, huh?
Content and all the news, which hopefully will answer some of your questions anyway. We have some news on the Xbox
Car flip, that's cool.
Series X as well, for example. Just seeing here if Chenda's coming in, and it looks like there he is. Testing, guys. Hey, there you are,
What's
Chenda.
this guy got to say here?
This has been a big update for you, hasn't it, Chenda?
Oh yeah, I want to check out
Dedicated
the.
servers for Xbox. Let's get to it down here.
Yes, it was a lot of work for my team and myself. So
Armor blocks. Whoa, here they are.
really busy last months. By the way, are there any Xbox players in the?
I believe there are. Let's see some. Give us a wave, guys. 07 or some kind of little hey me or something. If you're an Xbox player, I'm curious how many Xbox players we have watching right now. Xbox players,
Rise up.
I mean, that was unexpected. I actually didn't mean to have that setting on. It was the wrong voice effect, but it did the trick. I don't know.
Okay,
See.
there are some. Okay, so this is for you guys. So with this update, finally, you will get dedicated servers. It was already mentioned, and it's there. So, what does it mean? It's like the main reason for dedicated service is, of course, to have a stable multiplayer, right? You don't have to rely on your friend, whose internet can just pop out or whose console can just be like switched off, and you can use dedicated servers for like lots of players in whatever time. So that's the standard thing that PC players are used to already for some time. And for Xbox players, it's not just that, it's of course also unlimited PC use, which is a big thing. It's more players that can join, and it's scripting support that's been added. So lots of huge things, and even if you are not a programmer to like do your own scripts, you can download them from Mod.io. So there is a support for that already, and you can just start using other awesome scripts
Cool.
that our communities creating. Like during this like preparation of this update, we ran a public test with our Xbox community on our beta Space Engineers, and we got like huge amount of
Wow, little ones there.
like feedback and help from our community. So
Half
like big shout outs to
slopes.
whoever was
Half slope
attending
corners.
the public test of the dedicated service on Xbox. It was really very helpful.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
yeah.
No, I
go
was going
ahead.
to say, no, it's really, I mean, this dedicated servers kind of solves many of the requests that people have had since the game launched, which is that you're wanting, more PCU, more players, and features like the scripting.
Yes. So
Interesting.
from today, once the update will be released, which is not yet there, we are working on it, guys, and it should be any minute or rather any hour to be released. So once it's released, you will see.
Very cool.
You will have essentially access to the free dedicated servers from join screen, as you are used to join to standard lobby. There will be a tab where you can
Yeah,
join
super
to,
exciting. New blocks.
dedicated servers as
Now they
well.
got
There will
servers on
be,
the
I
Xbox.
think 8 like official dedicated servers which are run by us. And
Oh,
of course
sorry
there
guys.
will be
Sorry.
like small button right top of the screen where you can go to our partners application to to rent your own dedicated server. So there are both options available.
Exactly. Fantastic.
Yeah. Cool. So that's dedicated service. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah. Any specific Xbox questions? I mean, about that, do you want to go through all the Xbox news first, Chenda, and then we'll see? We're
Very
going to come
cool.
back
Oh,
to
the
the more
door
general
opens.
update in a second, guys. We're going to come back to showing some of the art off, and we're going to jump into game in a bit as well when we get Key and Arthur on.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to just post some questions. I will try to keep an eye on the chat. So and try to answer you whatever. So other news.
Starting
So this is
checkpoint.
definitely not all. The
This
big
is very interesting.
request from our community, not only Xbox One but also PC One, was like gamepad support, improving. Like with the release of Xbox, we improved our gamepad support like immensely. But there were still things to be improved a little bit more. So we, in this update, you will get really lots of stuff, really lots of improvements. So I will just name a few. So you will have like symmetry mode building will be improved. Recent blocks like will have the ability to go through the groups, not just the one block. So we will have to be able to cycle the group. There will be UI scaling finally. So for those who have like TV that is not friendly to your Xbox, you can scale down UI, so you will see the whole UI as you need to. There will be improved multi-select in the terminal screen. When you will be crouching and trying to walk, or you won't be like standing up and like.
So they give you ammo when you hit that starting
the
checkpoint.
crouch has a priority over the
Oh, okay.
action. You can set any value on
Oh,
to
I'm getting shot at.
any slider. So you will press.
Not
whatever.
cool.
I don't remember the key binding. Do you remember it?
No.
Oh no.
But I will find it
Okay.
later. So you will press the special combination and you can just enter
Oh.
the exact number. for
Wheels
any
didn't pop.
slider,
Look at that.
which is I think very nice. There are larger control hints, so the buttons. If we show somewhere the buttons what you should press, it will be a bit larger, about 30% to be more perceivable. Look around in the passenger seat. When you are in new game screen or in blueprint screen and any screen that there is some selection, it will be selected automatically when you will be scrolling through the things, like when you will be pressing D-pad.
Okay.
So you don't have to press A and then start the game using X, which was really prone to error. I myself ran the game multiple and I want that because of this. There will be quick save, quick load. There is added controls help in the post menu. So you will, if you will be unsure how to control the game, you can just pause the game and observe the controls immediately. And this is my favorite because like PC players are used to use like Steam overlay or Steam application, so they can like quite easily interact with the workshop. And but for the Xbox players that are not really used to use Edge browser to do some like advanced stuff, it's kind of like better to have like things inside of the game. Because of this, essentially we introduce workshop browser with the Xbox release, which is I think great addition even for PC players. And also now you will be able to vote right from the game. which I think is very helpful, and it will help the visibility of the mods, of the ones that are great, that are good.
Easier
It will help
scalability.
them pop in. So especially on Xbox, where players are not that often going to Mod.io like through Edge.
That'll be
So
good.
this, yeah, hopefully we'll see. And last but not least, there is a toolbar
Oh, one little rock.
block, like better toolbar.
Totally
support.
crashed.
It should be much. It
So-
should be much easier now to use some of these things on Xbox because it wasn't always that intuitive to use it with the gamepad. So
Yeah. And I definitely haven't gone through all the list of the things. Those are my favorite. Some are more favorite, some less, but definitely there is much more. Go for the changelog and you will see all of it. Hopefully we didn't forget to enter all of the stuff there, because it's always just like hunting for all the stuff that we did before the release.
yeah, hopefully we can get a changelog in the chat.
Oh,
for people who
no.
want to see that as well. We could see. Okay.
Okay. And that's it. That's definitely not all. Like
Not all,
that's
yeah,
about
there's lots of-
gamepad update. Yeah, gamepad support. But another like big, huge requested feature from our community was AI, wolf and spiders.
Oh no. Here
So
we go. Here goes the fun.
yes,
Wolves and
not
spiders.
that you will get them. You will get them fixed, and that's for PC as well.
Ah.
So essentially, we were a bit embarrassed by our
That sounds
AI.
good.
There were lots of bugs. There were even
And the
some
AI,
glitches.
getting the AI up.
But we went through it, fixed and optimized some stuff, and now it's released out of experimental, so it's even in safe mode, and you can play the game with the wolf and spiders without
Fantastic.
worry about being stuck or get the game crashed. So it's probably not the best AI in the world. I think good AI will do something much better, but it's definitely a nice one. It's usable at least.
Interesting.
That's
Upgraded the AIs. Oh, no.
Good news for Xbox players. And I think that's all for the current Xbox, right? And now we've just got a small segment on the next generation of Xbox.
Just a small, I have here last note,
Okay.
and it's addition of empty world to Xbox.
Ah.
Essentially, it's a small thing, but it's very good for like whoever is building in creative mode to have like really empty world and to focus just on your thing. So, and that's right there. That's all.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
A lot of updates here.
So, Series X and Series S. Everybody was asking about it, whether we have a support. So until now, we ran in the compatibility mode. So you, of course, even now, before the update, you could like run the game there. But with this update, you will get something on top of it. It won't be just
This thing is some good
the
handling.
same thing as on Xbox One and Xbox One X. It will have something more, and that will be the highest graphics settings, as we do have on like highest PCs, and 500,000 PCUs in experimental, which is I think
Very nice.
plenty. Yeah. And of course loading performance, which is great, and overall like performance of the game, which is like awesome. Like I think this way
Super fast loading
Xbox,
times.
yeah, yeah.
Blazing
This way.
fast. I wish I had
Exactly.
one. I wish I feel like I need to borrow one from the office.
Game
'cause
just
I
tried to
need
drop something on me.
experience this raw.
Oh, rock.
I have it at home, so it's really a difference.
I believe it. Yeah, definitely. Going from a hard drive to an SSD, it's big.
Yeah.
Someone was asking actually about the Series S, because there's something about the Series X here. Do you know what the Series S is? Is there some change there to PCUs or anything? Or more like these series? Is it like the One X maybe?
Unfortunately, regarding GPU and memory, Series S is essentially Xbox One X.
Okay.
So there is nothing like, no like real change regarding PCUs or the graphic settings.
Okay.
But of course, Series S has this huge, nice processor. So like performance is much better there, like simulation speed. And of course it has SSD, so loading times are also awesome. So loading time and performance, yes, loading times and performance will be improved on Series S, but no graphic settings improvements. It will be essentially the same as Xbox One X.
Okay, definitely good news there for Xbox players. So as well as the general update and launching not only the general update and launching not having to wait for this update and DLC, actually having the dedicated servers as well as the intuition of the game, how it plays. And if you're lucky enough, actually, if you're lucky enough to have one of the new Series X or S's, you will see some special boosts there.
Yeah, I believe they are on short supply right now. Right?
Definitely, I think they're still sold out everywhere.
Does anybody have it actually here in chat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see some 07s in the chat. If you guys have one of the new, either the X or the S, Series X.
Well, that was it. That was the whole course.
I'm curious if you have any
win.
lucky people in the chat. But it's nice though because Xbox is getting closer and
I'm
closer
the
to the
winner.
PC, especially the dedicated servers and being able to run scripts. There's only a few things.
Wow, and they just kick you out,
that
huh?
are kind of different now from the PC version.
Exactly. And we will maybe talk about some of them in a minute.
Okay.
But I have one last thing to add to the next gen. So we have 8 players there in lobby. Because
Very cool.
essentially it's more powerful hardware, so both Series S and Series X can run as a quite good server for 8 players.
Fantastic.
And yeah, and I think another thing, I think this is also for Xbox One and Xbox One X. We increased the number of players there to 4 and 6. Not only in experimental, but also in safe mode. So that's just a very
Also
tiny
nice.
life improvement.
Still nice for sure.
All right. So, by the way, Joel.
Yeah.
What about those new armor blocks? Will you put them to some good use? Would you be able to finally do Kin Software House logo using those?
I probably I'm not sure about that because that still needs probably longer blocks, but this
so we are still missing some.
Let's oh yeah. It's a good question. You put me on the spot here. The answer is no. But let's see some passion from the community and let's maybe make that a reality soon, TM. But
okay.
But the new 11R blocks will definitely fill in some areas that people couldn't have an option to kind of fill before. So they're definitely a lot of really nice variants there. But then it never ends because you want 3x1, then you want 4x1, then how about 5x1, and then it kind of just gets crazy.
It's never ending, of course, but we should have rehearsed this. I wasn't aware of it.
Oh no, yeah, you have to make me have to make me answer it. Yeah, I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. So.
All right. So what's next for Xbox community and also PC community?
Yeah, what's coming next? Yeah, what's coming next?
So, yeah. Like definitely we will have like lots of updates for next year. We already are preparing some schedule or some roadmap. We have lots of ideas, and there are some things that we promised and haven't fulfilled yet.
Okay.
So it will, at least some of them will come. I'm sure of it. And other than that, maybe a bit, let's say, sooner. we are
All right, let's see how this goes. I have.
opinions, and some of you
Oh, unloading world.
doing it in the chat, is essentially to get
Try
the
again.
community more close together.
I'm gonna try to
Having
load in some spiders and wolves and see how that runs.
post to Modio as well, right from the game.
Fantastic. That'd be, or both at the same time. If you could post to Steam and Molio like simultaneously or something like that,
Yes,
and
yes, something
and
like
vice
that.
versa.
Exactly.
And if there are like, if we can get,
Not vice versa.
Oh, okay.
It's
yeah.
not possible
no,
from
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Xbox
Yeah,
to
sorry.
Steam.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially for us, Modio is platform of the future. It's multi-platform, and it's not bound to one, like, service provider. But that doesn't mean that we would stop supporting Steam, like Steam Workshop. Definitely not. We just have this possibility, and essentially having one way.
See if we got any weapons on the base.
Regarding the workshop items. And of course, that's calling out, like, if we are connecting the communities with cross.
A lot of ammo. Where are the guns?
With Modio, it's something that comes to your mind to have crossplay available. So that's something we are right now.
Let's go ahead and get a couple
exploring.
rifles.
Would like to having implemented.
Oh, can I not? Oh, yeah, there it goes. All right, good. Grab that.
That would be the real. That really would be massive. I think.
I'll grab the ammo and let's go find us some.
Really would be fantastic.
Exactly. All right, then.
Some revamped.
Xbox community is always like asking for it to have some.
Let's go find some revamped wolves and spiders, huh? What do you think?
Like question when there will be mods. So right now, you with the dedicated servers, you got scripting support because we cannot run.
Let's go and look for
That is not included into
tanks. Do we have any tanks? I doubt it.
on Xboxes. That's just. And I understand.
I'll grab 2 tanks.
Policy,
Oh, no, we already got tanks. Hey! Hey!
and we have to adhere to that. So
Alright, I'm gonna turn this back up, see if we
so
can
right
find some
now,
spiders
You can
here.
run those scripts on the dedicated servers, which are not running, of course, on the Xboxes. They are running
On the servers, yeah.
on the Windows, yes, on the Windows machines. And that's probably not enough, right? Because there is something missing. If you would like to have like some custom blocks, or let's say custom skyboxes, or I don't know, whatever is possible.
Oh,
regarding
almost
the
died.
Data, like the content.
Skybox, yes.
That's something that-
so much. And in the Steam Workshop proves
Yes.
that. So definitely, I mean, there's a PvE stuff that people make, like drones and all kinds of things. So there's a lot of content that can be done. I mean, I think scripts is a massive deal already, because that was even one of the bigger ones. I think maybe even more so than mods at first, because people love some of the scripts they can use to make VTOLs and to kind of manage inventories and all kinds of stuff.
Where am I
So,
supposed to find a
yeah,
spider or a
no
fucking
doubt
wolf
about
at,
that.
huh?
Hold on, oh.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, we lost your. I think your feed froze. Your camera's buggered up, maybe. I'm not sure.
Sure, do you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. The full time. Hear you good. Yeah.
All right. So should I recorrect or?
No,
will we
I
just?
let's see here. Can you, if you try restarting your video, like start video, end video, or is that not working?
Yeah, it's telling me there is an error.
Oh.
I don't know. It never happened to me.
Oh no. We will see your glorious name now.
Okay, I think we are at the end right now. So yeah, definitely we would like to get to our Xbox community also the modding support. So regarding the content, not the like DLLs or something like that, like compiled code, but the content. All right.
Spiders,
Thank you so
wolves,
much,
where are
Solar.
you?
It definitely answered a lot of stuff for Xbox players today, and there's lots to look forward to right now on Play Today, and I think even the coming months and next year, there's still exciting things coming for the Xbox community.
Yes, definitely. So do you think we will get some questions, or have you seen something like that I can answer? Or
Let's
or you
see.
will handle it with Kienata?
I think we can probably handle it with Kianata. I mean, the only thing I'm trying to look for questions that maybe we couldn't answer. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Did you have a look at the chat? Let me have a look here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Do you guys have any specific Xbox questions for Chenda before we he heads off now? Let's have a look. Looking.
See if the
All the
planets.
general questions, which we'll get to. Did you fix the replay tool description on Xbox? I think the replay tool probably had some text on the right-hand side, which maybe off the. I think that was. Do you know about that one?
Admin
I don't know about it at all.
tools.
So replay tool is like for Xbox or PC?
Xbox. This is an Xbox question.
Huh. I think there is even no support for replay tool in like regarding the
Controller.
gamepad. We haven't.
Gamepad, yeah.
We haven't even like thought about replay tool that it would be used by our Xbox players. So that's something we haven't even looked into.
So probably one of the things that you probably need to use keyboard with, but at the moment for now,
Yeah.
I guess. I think that's probably what they're referring to.
Interesting.
Spiders and wolves are now there. Firebirds. Yeah, I'm really looking for questions here that let's have a look. Honestly, thank you guys so much for sticking with us here. I know you guys have lots of questions to answer, but we really will try to get to as many as possible in a bit when we get Kianata on. And I'll also be playing the new update and showing you some of the new blocks in game as well and how they work. But I think
Okay, I have one
okay.
good news. The packages finally are ready to release for
Hey,
Xbox.
there we go.
So PC players already had them, but right now I'm going to push the button and maybe more buttons.
Oh, okay. Pause, champ.
All right.
We're
so
getting for
this...
a second release. You can say it. Unleash the Xbox. Unleash the Xbox release.
All right, it's there.
Fantastic. Xbox users, I guess in the coming minutes you can try restarting your consoles to get that update as well. It's a big update actually. It's somebody mentioned it was a 1.7 gigabyte update today. So lots of it's a much bigger update than actually we've had for a while. Honestly, I can't remember the last time we had an update that size.
All right, so it was great. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you again for helping with the public test to all like Xbox players that participated and all your feedback. Thanks to my team that helped me to create this beautiful update. Thanks to Natik, which I think will come next, right? Right now. Is he?
Yeah, no, Natik should be coming up next. Exactly, yeah.
Yes, so...
I'm just seeing here. He'll be talking about lots of nice screens. Yeah, shinies.
Yeah, give some shout out to Natik because he's going next and he will present some of his beautiful creations and of course of his team. And thanks to all the team that worked on
Oh, that's why they're going.
Yeah.
No,
They disappear.
Thank you so much, Gender. It really, I think the Xbox community have really got a lot to enjoy right now and a lot to look forward to. And please do keep reporting suggestions and issues with the Xbox port. I'm sure Chenda's team will be excited to receive them and go through those. So thank you so much, Chenda. And yeah, we'll speak to you in the near future, I'm sure.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, we're going to switch over here. And just in the meantime, we're waiting for Natik to join. Also worth pointing out that on Steam, Space Engineers is currently 30% off the base game and all DLCs minus
Well, cool,
the new
folks.
Wasteland
Looks
pack.
like the game is
yeah, it's a good time to
got their update out.
with
They're
friends,
doing good.
or maybe pick up some of the packs that you haven't got yet. So yeah, I think that's right.
If you don't know how the game works, but you're really interested in it, hit me up, and I will definitely show you how to play it. I've been playing it for a while, and I think it's a really fun game. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me while I just wanted to bring this to y'all. I know you could see it on their channel directly, but you got to hang out with me and see it with me. Now, that's pretty fun, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut everything down. I didn't even expect to go live today, but I did want to put that up. I didn't even know that was happening today, so that's good. That's great. The update's in. It's up. It's looking great. With that, I'm out. I'm out, folks. Please take care of yourselves, and make sure you come through another time. I'm working on getting the schedule up earlier, between 9 and 3 Eastern, and Eastern U.S. time. And anyway, check me out on all these other platforms I'm on right now. And if you're on those platforms, watch me. I appreciate your support. But do the the shares, the subscribes, all those kind of things. Hit me up and let's make something happen, all right? Again, thank you. And y'all have a good evening, a good rest of your day. Peace.